Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, let us have a discussion on experience a professional resume. Here in this video, let us walk through experience a professional resume, and at the same time, I am going to share the sample template with you guys in order to make you to prepare your resume in a fraction of minutes. So let us have a walkthrough to the professional resume. Here, this is the template. Initially, you need to mention your name here. Here, you need to mention your mobile number and at the same time your email ID as well. Here, coming to the professional summary. So here, I am going to provide the resume with experience level of 7 years. Out of 7 years, 4+ years on Azure and DevOps activities, and initially for 3 years having experience on some other domain like system engineer, like others. So here you can make like this: hands-on experience and strong command in Azure and DevOps with 4+ years of hands-on experience and overall 7+ years of experience in IT supporting. Here, for any guy who have the 7+ or 8+ or 9+ experience, initially they worked in some domain, later they had changed the domain, they can mention like this. And here in the professional experience, you need to mention currently in which organization you are working, and you can mention all the previous organizations where you had worked in earlier. Okay, and coming to the technical skills, here in the first step, you need to mention whatever the certificates you have, whether you have AZ 104 or AZ 400 or any other certificates you have, you can mention all those certificates here, because of the first impression is the best impression. So here why I am telling you guys, you need to mention your certificates. By seeing your certificates, the recruiter can understand, oh, this guy has done these many certifications, so maybe he's talented and he has the experience which we are currently looking for. Then definitely there is a chances will be increasing in order to shortlist for an interview. Okay guys, then after that, mention the skills you have like Azure DevOps, disaster recovery, storage sync service, key vault, log analytic workspace, and in which domain you have the great experience, like in DevOps area, in CI/CD pipelines, and in which area environment management and maintenance you have experience in Linux as well, because of nowadays in real time the most of the servers are Linux only, so you must have the experience in Linux as well. That will be added advantage. If you have only experience in the window, that will reduce your chances. So make sure guys, you need to expose more over to the Linux environment, because of almost in real world 80% of the servers are Linux servers only. And one more thing, in the next point you can mention IAC, infrastructure as a code. Here the most trending tool in the current market is Terraform. If you are good in Terraform, the chances will be increased a lot. So that's why you need to mention Terraform in your project. If you are using as a Terraform as IAC, that will be very added advantage for you. That will make more chances in order to shortlist for an interview. And automated infrastructure deployment by using Azure DevOps and Jenkins pipeline. Here we can be able to automate the deployment with the help of Azure DevOps. Each and every tool has been integrated, and at the same time you can be able to implement over Jenkins pipeline as well. Jenkins is a CI pipeline. It is a third-party tool, integration tool. With the help of the Jenkins as well, we can be able to create the pipeline. It is a third-party service, and worked on CI/CD Jenkins for automating the entire application deployment lifecycle. You can mention these points as well. And nowadays, the companies are looking towards the container technology as well. If you have good working experience over the Docker technology, that will be one of the advantage for you. If you are good in Docker technology, then you can easily understand about the Kubernetes, how you create the Docker files, how you manage the Docker containers, how you establish the communication between the containers, how you have the knowledge on the Docker Swarm on Docker Stack. And for majority of the companies, for configuration management, what they are using, Ansible. So if you are good in Ansible, then that is very good. Like how you are going to handle the playbooks, how we are going to set up your environment, how we are going to integrate Ansible in your environment. There are a lot of things, and the majority of the guys didn't have the experience on Kubernetes. Suppose if you have the good exposure or hands-on experience over the Kubernetes, that will become very good advantage for you guys. Nowadays the Kubernetes is a hot cake. If you are good in Kubernetes, then the chances will become double for you, because of without Kubernetes you can't expect any interview. If you go whatever the interview it is there, you will get definitely one question from the Kubernetes. Are you have any working knowledge on the Kubernetes? If yes, then the questions will be there. And hands-on experience on like Azure cloud services. There are a lot of services are there like VMs, VPN, RBAC, Azure Active Directory, Azure Storage, Load Balancer. These kind of services are there. So whether you have a experience on those services or not. So in this technical skills, we had covered all the things. We covered certificates, we covered Linux operating system, we covered infrastructure as a code Terraform tool, we covered Azure DevOps tools, we covered Ansible, we covered Docker, we covered Kubernetes, we covered all the cloud services. So here you can mention technical skills summary, you need to mention all the skills you have. And coming to the second page, in the project experience, you need to mention in which client you are working earlier, what is your role, and what are the skill sets you have in that particular project, and what the service line of the company is there. If you are for a service based company like TCS, Cognizant, Infosys, Accenture, whatever it may be, there are some kind of service line based companies are there, like whether you are supporting for the banking client, whether you are supporting for the healthcare client, whether you are supporting for the insurance sector. There are a lot of service lines are there. So for which service line you are working with, you can mention here, and what the responsibility you have in your project, just mention here. So what is your day-to-day responsibilities, what kind of things you are performing in your project, how you are going to collaborate with your team, so how you are going to resolve the request, so what kind of request you are handling, so in which tools you are working in your project. So each and everything you can mention here, like checking and automating if the servers are running out of disk. Like here it is comes under monitoring. So if any threshold value has been increased for disks, so not only for disk, RAM or memory, hard disk, so how we are going to monitoring the resources in Azure, how we are going to implement the CI/CD from scratch level, so how you set up your Jenkins job, so how we are going to deploy over the multiple environments. So how you are going to handle with tools like Jenkins, Git, Maven, Ansible, and Tomcat. These all things you can explain here. Means whatever the activities you are going to perform over your project, you can mention all those things here. If it is fixed for your responsibilities, then you can use the same. Otherwise, you can ignore, and you can make the activities which you had performed over your project here. And how many companies you had worked earlier, that many companies you need to mention here. Each and every company you need to mention here. Like in the earlier company, what is your company name and what skill set you have, what is your role in that earlier company, what kind of tickets you are handling, what is your regular activities, you can mention here. Company name, responsibilities. Here the company name again, where on which team you are working, like Active Directory, what is your role, system admin. Like this you can mention your responsibilities on each company. Then finally what you had mentioned, your education details, from where you had completed your education and location. And coming to the skills, like soft skills, how you have the team management skills, how you are going to share your work among your team members, how you make yourself to be a probe, like you are, whether you are a quick learner or you can compatible with any environment. Like you can mention your soft skills here. And finally the declaration, it is common for each and everyone. And place, whether you are from Hyderabad or whether you are from Bangalore, whether you are from Delhi, you can mention your location here. And finally your name. Okay, this is the one of the best resume guys which I have picked. So trust me guys, so if you are satisfied with this resume, you can simply download this template from the Google link which I am going to provide, and do modifications accordingly as per your details and upload this in your job portal. Definitely, I'm sure you will get a calls from the recruiters. If you like this template, please share with other guys who is actually looking to move to the cloud engineer position. And if anybody have the doubts, or if you like, or if you want to make any suggestions to me, just please put in the comment section. Definitely I will see and I will revert to the guys. And thank you for your support, guys, for watching this video. I will meet up you in the next session with a new topic. Until signing off, thank you, bye bye.